Potential energy. Potential energy is the energy stored by an item because of its location, tensions inside it, electric charges or other variables relative to other things. Formula: P equals mghm is the mass in kilograms, g is the acceleration due to gravity 9.8 meters s2 at the surface of the Earth, and h is the height in meters. Example: an example of this would be a child on top of a slide. The child would have stored the most energy before going down the slide, which will be converted into kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. An object's kinetic energy is the energy it contains because of its movement. It is defined as the labor required to speed up a certain mass from rest to its specified speed. When the energy is gained during its acceleration, the body retains this film energy without changing its speed. Formula: K equals 1/2 meters v2 if the mass has units of kilograms and a velocity of meters per second. The kinetic energy has units of kilograms meters squared per second squared. Example: walking, running, swimming, jogging, etc. Gravitational potential. The potential energy of a big object in relation to another massive item is owing to gravity, gravitational energy, or gravitational potential energy. It is the potential energy associated with the gravity field, released by the fall of things. Example: let's say that there are two books on a shelf, but one is higher than the other. The one with the most gravitational potential energy would be the book which is on the higher shelf. Why? Because it is farther to fall. Elastic potential. Elastic energy is the mechanical energy potential contained in a material or physical system configuration, as the work carried out on it is subject to elastic deformation. Elastic energy comes when things are squeezed, extended or distorted impermanently. Example: an example of this would be an arch's stretched bow. The archer will apply force on the bow to stretch it. Energy will be stored until the force is removed, and then the object gets sprung back into place. Mechanical energy. The total of potential energy and kinematic energy is mechanical energy. It is the system's macroscopic energy. The conservation of mechanical energy principle says that mechanical energy remains constant if an isolated system is solely subject to conservative influences. Example: an example would be roller coasters. When roller coasters go up, they build up potential energy. Then, when they finally reach the top of the hill, the potential energy will be converted into kinetic energy when you go down the hill. Sound energy. Sound energy is a kind of energy that the living creatures can hear. Only waves of 16 Hz to 20 kHz may be audibly heard by people. This range is, however, medium and will fluctuate slightly from person to person. Example: music instruments can produce sound energy, which will then reach your ear and allow you to hear the sound that is being played. Nuclear energy. The utilization of nuclear reactions to generate energy is nuclear power. Nuclear fission, nuclear decline, and nuclear fusion can be achieved. Today, nuclear fission of uranium and plutonium generates the great majority of nuclear power energy in nuclear power stations. Example: the sun is an example of nuclear energy because it uses nuclear fusion. Thermal energy. The film-related energy of the random molecules in a substance or object. Frequently used interchangeably with heat and heat. Example: one example is boiling water on a stove. Thermal energy is produced and the atoms and molecules start to move faster due to the rise in temperature. Electrical energy. The power of an atom's charged particles is electrical energy, causing or moving an item. It means electrical energy moving electrons from one atom to the other. Example: one example of electrical energy is television. The electrical energy is used to be converted into light energy, which is how your TV works. Electromagnetic energy. Electromagnetic radiation consists of electromagnetic field waves which propagate in space and convey electromagnetic energy. Radio waves, microwaves, infrared, light, ultraviolet, X-ray and gamma rays are included. The electromagnetic spectrum comprises all these wavelengths. Example: one example of electromagnetic energy is a microwave. Microwaves heat things like how the sun heats things, with radiation. So microwaves have electromagnetic waves that go through the air. Chemical energy. Chemical energy is the energy generated by chemical compounds when they are subjected to a chemical reaction and converted into other chemicals. Examples include the batteries, food, gasoline and oxygen gas for chemical energy storage media. Example: a battery can be an example of chemical energy. They store chemical energy and convert it into electrical energy.